prior to owning a business, what would you say your 3 best qualities as a working person would have been, and how have they changed if you fast forward through to today?
Yeah. Three things.
3 qualities that you think would probably best represent you as a worker.
Yeah, okay. Me as a worker, I think I always used to think that like working really, really hard on the tools was the best way to like not just grow a business, but that was the best thing I could do for my boss years ago.
Yeah.
That was the best thing I could do to help someone I was working with. Whereas now it's changed to not just working hard, but like being more organised, being prepared. It not only looks better, but it makes everyone else's life easier. So I guess the preparation side of things, I've probably always tried to be as organised as possible.
Yeah, and I guess now you're dealing with different personalities, right? So it's so easy to go to work and be the person that you are and be that hard worker. But now that you're running a team, you actually have to sort of understand those different personalities and those different styles of work.
Yeah.
Have you found that difficult?
Yeah, really difficult. I've tried to do a lot of training in the leadership space probably the past 12 months. And the common, I guess, thing that I find that with any sort of video book or anything like that is a lot of it's quite, it's around the corporate space. So you're in front of your office team all the time, so you can see what's going on, how people are interacting and things like that. Whereas, so like I love doing culture stuff with my admin team. We do a lot of fun different bits and pieces. Yeah. But it's always really hard to do it with the tradies because you're not in front of them. So to be a leader, to a tradesman that you're not in front of can be really, really difficult. Yeah. So, and a lot of tradies do respect you if you go out to site and you physically show them and do it with them. Yeah. Because I never like to be shown or told. I never like to be told, you should have done it this way. Right. Because of this, it's like, I wish you could have come out to site and done it with me. Right. So I could see how it should have been done, because now I've got to wait for the next time I do that same task to then remember that, which could be a week, 2 weeks, next month, whatever it might be. So I think the leadership space is quite hard in a trades business. Absolutely. And you've got to sort of, I guess, appeal to everyone, and there's so many different moving parts. There's a few little things you can do, but I guess ultimately that's always going to be a tough thing. So are you prioritising getting out on site with your guys? Yeah, I want to more. Yeah. Like I say, all the guys I've got working for me out on the field, they're really, really good. They're great blokes. Yeah. I don't necessarily need you there, but... No, they don't, and that's the thing. But I also just don't want to be one that they can call. I want to actually, get the opportunity to go out there and give them a hand if I can, just so they can see the way that I would do things. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be done that way, but it just means that they can go, okay, like Grant's great at this way. This is how he probably sees it. And I'm really lucky with a lot of my guys. I've got one of our guys who's a leading hand, and he solves problems the same way that I do, which I really like. And a lot of the guys are like that as well. But if I could just get more of the opportunity to sort of show them, hey, I quoted it this way. And this is the way that I see it being done. Yep. How do you see it being done? Do you see it the same way, or do you see it something else? Because when you do get a good sized team, everyone's done it a different way before. Yeah. And they have their preferences. All have different training and... Yeah, exactly. So I think I'd like that opportunity more. Yeah. I don't want to micromanage. I'd prefer to just get the guys started on site. Yep. And then go, what do you think? That's what I think I would like to do. Yep. But as much as I don't want to be on the tools, I'd still like to do that. I'd still like to be engaged with the guys and have that, still build that camaraderie that you get when you're just working with someone every day. Yes. I think that's the thing I miss the most. Yeah, okay. So expansion rather than direction. Yeah. Potentially there in terms of guiding and leading and being able to influence your guys without sort of that micromanagement. Pretty much. And for me, I'm not the best at explaining a job over the phone to someone, and I'd prefer just to be like pointing and going, hey, this is where this has got to go, blah, blah, blah. So I think for me, that'd be more of a strong suit doing it in person rather than over the phone. Might be a matter of doing a bit of time blocking, hey? Yeah, I think so. Back to that good old chestnut. Yep.